fifth time lucky. I'm trying to review this book and then I keep going on a long rant about the spy scenes that took place in this book. So, here goes. The Bones Beneath My Skin by TJ Klune. As you can see, big fan of TJ Klune. I've loved his work. This is probably my least favourite. I've rated it about 3.5. However, his other books are absolutely incredible. The House in the Cerulean Sea, again, the magical creatures, the LGBT representation, like the transition from where you meet a character and the development is so good. It is phenomenal, that book. In the Lives of Puppets just had me howling. I don't think I've ever had a book that made me laugh so much, and it was just visually beautiful. It really was. This one, I just don't think it had like the emotional depth of the others. I wasn't invested in the majority of the characters. Actually, Artemis was probably the one I was more intrigued about because she is an intriguing character, and I just felt at the start, I really wish we stuck with Nate a little bit longer on his own, because it just happened out of nowhere, like this gunpoint situation, and I was like, what? I was not expecting it, and then two, I don't know, I feel like we did a disservice by not getting to know him a little bit longer to begin with, because throughout the book you get to know the other two characters, but I don't think it reflects enough on him. That's my personal preference on it anyway. Then you're in this cabin for a long period of time, and half the time I'm like, oh, you just go, you leave. Anyway, once they get away from the cabin and they're on the run, it really does pick up. It really does move really well, really intriguing. Artemis, you get to know Artemis, and I think she's an incredible character. And then the spy scene hit, this really random spy scene. And we're not just talking a little bit, it was very graphic. I don't know, it feels like you're reading Disney when you read TJ Klune, because they're really wholesome, they're really like, they make you feel warm, and then penises are involved, and I'm like, I don't understand. And it was, like I said, really graphic. So that does nothing for me when I'm reading. And actually it put me off. I was just like, oh, what does it add? Nothing. You didn't need to include this. That's me. But then there's other people that will absolutely love it, because people like smart. I just don't like to read about it. The ending I thought was great. It was actually quite a sweet message come the end. But yeah, overall, I just think I wasn't emotionally invested like I was the other books. I will obviously still alter by anything by this author because he's got a great way of storytelling. He really has. So do I recommend this? Yes. Was it my favourite of his? No. But if you haven't, I would highly, highly, highly recommend starting with The House in the Cerulean Sea. Because if you don't fall in love with that book, then, well, I don't know. I don't know if there's any hope. No, joking. But yeah, hope everyone's had a great weekend, and I'll catch up with you all soon.